So Winifred, and what I'm doing here is I'm literally doing it from scratch as well, so that you can see that because it's backward, you want to lay out the picture and then it comes out. You want to understand what's going on. Okay, great. So Winifred, just to understand what's going on, Winifred says this. Here's an extract of the budgeted variable to manufacture. So this is some original budget to manufacture 300 units. Um, we have here that we expect the cost to be £70 a unit, which is why I suppose 70 times 300 takes us to 21,000, right? And that's kind of, we have that as a starting point. So we have a sort of standard cost per unit. Now, if I just want to understand the material cost, I'm expecting you to spend £70, if you like, on a unit. So therefore, um, the on actual production of 260 units, I'm expecting you to spend, just from a standard cost point of view, I'm expecting you to spend 70 times 260. That's my standard material cost of production, right? £70 a unit. So 70 times 260. That's what I'm expecting you to spend. So, we already know, we can already start sort of visualizing and getting some things. It might not jump out straight away. It's not jumped out for me straight away how I'm going to finally get around this, but I know that I know this is 18,200, and that's what it means here by the standard material cost of production. That's what I'm expecting, 18,200. That's the first thing. So I sort of know that, and then I can now carry on and try to sort of understand what the story is. So it tells me here that during the period, I actually produced 260 units, so no problem. And it says that during the period, the actual cost of the material was £20 per kilogram. So you spent 20, actually you spent £20 per kilogram, and the standard, and this, I know what the standard quantity here is. So just teasing things out a little, um, it said to me that the standard quantity um, per unit was 5 kilograms. So I'm getting a picture of what this information is beginning to look like. Um, when I look here a little up here, just to what else jumps out for me here is that if I'm spending £70 per unit, right, and it says here the standard quantity is 5 kilograms to make 1 unit, right? I can tell you, therefore, that the cost per kilogram, right, is 70 divided by 5, right? It must be, because you're telling me to spend £70 per unit. I'm making materials. I'm spending using 5 kilograms on each unit. And therefore, remember, this is all about materials. So therefore, that means that the standard cost per kilogram, because this is all about inputs, is equal to £14. So this is why I've been saying that by doing more variance questions, you start getting, if you like, a picture in your mind of where we're really going with this. So you have that at £14. That's your standard cost per kilogram. Now, the next question here is, it says here that the total material variance was 780, if you like, um, 780 adverse. So what we have here is a question of um, a number of things. Let's just see how I could draw a graph to sort of see how I arrive at this business over here. So I know, as I can see here, that my actual production was 260 units. And what I am really looking for, I suppose I could go this way. I could start off from the point of view that, listen, okay, standard quantity per unit was 5 kilograms. Um, and therefore, because I can see the total, sorry, forgive me, I kept seeing this, I kept thinking this was the price variance. It now says here that the total material variance was 780 adverse. So it means that what you actually spent, okay, this jumped, I was slightly I slightly missed that point there. I thought that was just price, but it's not. The total material variance is 780 adverse. So you spent more than you should have. So if you were supposed to spend 18,200, you have now spent, if you like, 18,200 plus 780, right? Because it says the total material variance was 780. So you now spend 18,200 plus 780. So this is 980, right? The difference here is 780. So that's sort of something else that you can sort of see straight away jump out. Now let's go here. So question here is, if you spent 18,980, if you like, on making 260 units. The question here is that, well, you bought kilograms of material. So if you're spending a total of 18,980 and it's £20 per kilogram, well, I can work out how many kilograms you bought, because if you see, if you know what I mean. So I know that you're spending pounds on each kilogram. The total you spent was 18,890. Because I like my graphs, I can now say 18,980 divided by 20 gives me 949. So I can see that you purchased 949 kilograms. Now, I know that you are meant to use 5 kilograms for each unit. That's what the standard is, right? And to make 260 units, if you are meant to use 5 kilograms for a unit, because you've seen me work this out, therefore you should be using 5 times 260, if you like, units. So 5 kilograms each unit to 260 units. So 5 times 260 is 1,300. So you should have used 1,300 kilograms to make these 260 units. So here we have 14. So now we can solve this problem quite nicely. So what, again, like I said, with backward variances, in a way, you're looking at the information you have to arrive at the information you need. Now, the key pieces of information were these: the standard material cost of production, which I found out because I know that £70 times 260 units is what I expect you to spend. I now add the 780, and that's what you're always going to be doing. You will now adjust that to know what you actually did spend. And from there, you can work out how many kilograms, if you like, were actually used, because you know what the price of each kilogram actual price is, because that's what you actually spent, if you like. And you can start, doing things from there. You can also know, if you know what because, like I say, this is why you're spending that time thinking, okay, so how many kilograms should I have used? 5 kilograms per unit. Multiply that by the 260, and you're gradually getting there. So in terms of a usage variance, now I'll just change my pen color. Well, my pen color is this is telling me that you should have used 1,300, but you used 949. So the difference, the usage variance, of course, is the difference between these two. So 1,300 minus 949 gives us 351. So 351, of course, times, of course, the standard of 14, because 14 pounds is what you're paying per kilogram. So 351 times 14 gives us 4,914. So we have a favorable variance of 4,914 favorable, because you used less than you should have, right? Use less than you should have. And I mean, you could work out what the price variance was from here, but let's work it out like this as well. So you were meant to spend £14 on each kilogram, but you spent 20, if you like. So that's a £6 increase. And of course, you paid an extra £6 on all, on the 949. Excuse me. Good God. An extra £6 on the 949 items that you bought. I'll just do that again. So you paid, you ended up buying 949, and of course, price variances are just the top up on what you've bought. You bought 949. That's what you chose to buy. So you went out there, bought some more expensive material, £6 more. So £6 right across the 949. So 6 times 949. 6 times 949 gives you 5,694 adverse. And when you, of course, do this and add this right across you will see that, of course, you will find this relationship between the material cost and the standard cost of production. I mean, the difference between these two, of course, is why you have that difference between the material cost and the standard material cost of production. So backward variances, yes, are probably the trickiest part of the syllabus because in a way it's you're working, yeah, backwards to find out what's going on. Um, but I think please take some time, do this again, and just it starts to come. You're really trying to break down these figures and use that information there to identify the information you need. Yeah. So that's I hope this helps. But feel free, please get in touch if you want me to explain it a bit more. But yeah, try and sort of see if you can figure out where you're going with it. Okay, great stuff.